Now, what's he trying to do? What in the name of God is he trying to do? Look at that. And that's where he's stopping. Look, just block the entire lane. Block the entire lane. That's exactly what you should do. Well done. Bloody hell. Incredible. This is what you got to put up with. This is what I'm talking about. Why do you think Thai people don't wear helmets? Okay.
I think safe.
Say, and then she said 3,000 baht. I said, what? 3,000 baht. Give her 3,000 baht. I said, for what? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Alpha Omega occasionally. Do you know something? I swear to God, this is a real vent, stroke rant. Well, it's not really a rant. It appears to be a rant, but it's from the heart. It really is. A lot of guys make bullshit videos in Thailand about all this Pattaya nonsense and Sukhumvit rubbish and all the rest of it. Not that Sukhumvit is rubbish. Sukhumvit is a lovely place to go, and the amenities there and the entertainment there are well worth a visit. Same goes for Pattaya. But the absolute banal tripe that other YouTubers put out about Pattaya all the time, not getting to the nitty gritty, what I'm getting to now. We've all heard about traffic in Thailand, we've all heard about the way Thais drive erratically, and we've all heard about the absolute carnage on Thai roads. Well, I'm going to go into detail in this video as how I am always proved wrong by Thais, how I'm bullied, and I mean bullied by Thais on the road. And that's not derogatory or disparaging. It's not negative. I respect Thailand. I respect Thai people. Thai people respect me. But when I'm on the road, I lose that respect. As do most road users here. But the difference between a Thai road user and a foreign, dare I say, Farang road user is the very fact that you're Farang. And as a road user, if you are a Farang and a road user in Thailand, you're always in the wrong. I'd be the first to say that Thai people are amongst the most polite people in the world. But when they get on the road, they're the absolute opposite. I'm going to tell you, by the way, I'm going to show you in this video. It's not just me talking. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to put me money where my mouth is. I was driving yesterday, as I do every day, and I was proceeding along a two-way road in the left lane, because we drive on the left here, and it was as usual, as you will see in this video, a string of motorcycles overtaking the cars coming the opposite way, overtaking the cars in the right lane, which are coming the opposite way, but undertaking them, coming into the left lane to travel forward, in other words, right into my path. And during this time yesterday, and it's a pity I didn't get it on camera, I hope to be able to get it on camera or something similar in this video. I hope to be able to get it on camera or something similar in this video. A motorcyclist came right for me and went like this to me, to usher me out of his way. So I did what I should never do and what you should never do. Enter into an altercation with a Thai, especially on a road. I had my son with me and I shouldn't have done it. But I put down the window because I was so irate. I said to him in English, because he hadn't got a clue what I was talking about, by the way. I just said, you're on the wrong side of the road. And I pointed to the yellow line. And I said, you should get over there. And he went like this to me. As a Farang, you're always in the wrong, even when you're in the right. If you're wondering where I am, I'm at Wigwang MRT, exit 1. And there's a motorcycle taxi rank behind me. And there's a motorcycle taxi rank behind me. These guys are very nice. They are very nice. Well, they're obviously looking for your business, and everyone's very nice anyway here. But on the road, they are absolutely the bane of my life. They take it upon themselves to direct traffic. They take it upon themselves to change lanes and undertake and overtake as they see fit. And if you hit one of them, you're at fault. Regardless of whether or not he's at fault, you're at fault. I heard the story, I think it was Australian, on YouTube. I don't know when it was. Well, it was in the last couple of years anyway. This guy had an accident on a motorcycle in Australia, and it was the fault of the other motorcycle. And the all and sundry who were witnessed it obviously put the blame on the Farang until they realised his Thai girlfriend was a pillion passenger, and apparently that changed everything. Because I'm going to tell you a little story about what happened to me. And by the way, this video is going to be a lot more detailed than just this. I hope to show you a bit later on in the video what I'm talking about. But I'm going to tell you what happened to me. I've mentioned this episode on the channel, I think at least once before. And I think I dedicated one video to it at least once before. But it's pertinent to this video, so that's why I'm telling this story again. And I'll keep it as brief, and I'll stick to the salient details as much as possible. I was making a right turn on a main road in Bangkok, not too far from here, at about 8:30 in the morning. And I was turning into a junction. I was on a T junction, so I was on the main road, and it was a road coming in from the right. I was indicating right, and I positioned the car slightly angled to make that right turn, watching the oncoming traffic, waiting for a gap in the oncoming traffic to execute my right turn. With that, before I even moved, because my car was angled, before I even moved, a motorcyclist, a girl in her mid-20s, overtook me at a junction. And I'll stress that, overtook me at a junction. And she clipped my right fender, my right wing. And she careered sideways and came off the bike. It was like something out of a James Bond movie. She went into an onion stall or an orange stall or something like that and disappeared amongst the fruit and vegetables. She was a bit of a vegetable herself, if you ask me. Now, that's not being derogatory. I'm just using that as a bit of a joke. Because the reason I say that, I mean, who in their right mind would overtake someone at a T junction? Anyway, she had a scratch on her knee, but of course she went to hospital. You see, of course she went to hospital because she milked the situation. Anyway, how do you know that I know she went to hospital? Because I'll tell you what happened to me directly after. The minute I get out of the car, I was in shock, and I literally left the car where it was, and I walked over to where the oranges and stuff were all over the road. And she stood up and she was dusting herself off, and her motorcycle was a bit scratched. All I heard was Farang, 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 and finger pointing. And they said, my sai, forgive my Thai, my sai fi sisam. That means you didn't turn on your orange light. In other words, your indicator, or your turn signal, as you say in the States. I had my turn signal on, because when I looked at the car, I had the hazard lights on, because that's what I did when I got out of the car. And when I got back to the car, after all the hoot and nah, and all the details were exchanged, and I rang my Thai wife. They say, what happened? And she spoke with them. So she had all their details. My Thai wife told me to go home, like a good Farang. So I did. But when I got back into the car, I cancelled the hazard lights. And when I cancelled the hazard lights, there was the indicator still on. Anyway, that's besides the point. So when I went home, I was so worried, because I didn't know what was going to transpire. I didn't know what she was going to say. She could have said she had permanent leg damage or whatever the hell it was. So I rang the Irish Embassy. And yes, we have an embassy here. Ireland is not part of the United Kingdom. Ireland's a sovereign, independent republic, and we have an Irish Embassy in Bangkok. I rang the Irish Embassy and I told them what happened. And they just advised me just to say nothing and keep saying it, as we say in Ireland. Anyway, to cut to the chase. The next day, my wife took the morning off work, had taken the morning off work, and the two of us were to go to the local police station in Wigwang. By the way, the police didn't want to know anything about it. The reason we went to the police station, actually we went to the police station that evening, they didn't want to know. The next morning we went to the police station because it was a convenient place to meet. We didn't go into the station, we were in the parking lot. And myself and my wife were there, and then a representative of my insurance company came along on a motorcycle, as they do. And he had a clipboard with a documentation on it. And then the girl, let's call her the victim, ? She came along with two individuals. She had no insurance, as a lot of them don't. She came along with these two individuals. One was a motorcycle taxi driver that came to her assistance. This is what I'm telling you about these guys. They're very nice when they want to be. Anyway, it was all done in Thai. And after about 10 minutes, I was asked to sign. The insurance guy filled out the document on the clipboard. I was asked to sign. It was all in Thai. I refused to sign it because I didn't know what was I doing. Was I admitting responsibility? What was I doing? And my wife assured me, because it wouldn't be in her interest for me to sign something that would put me in a negative light. So I signed it based on her assurance. And then she said 3,000 baht. I said, what? 3,000 baht, give her 3,000 baht. I said, for what? My car was damaged actually. The wing was scratched and the alloy wheel was scratched as well. And the alloy and the rim of the alloy wheel was damaged. And I said, I have to pay her. She was overtaking me at a junction and we had a collision. I wasn't even moving and I have to pay her? Absolutely. Guess what? I refused and my wife paid. And she didn't speak to me for the rest of the day because she was angry with me. I was trying to stand my ground. But you see, I was wrong. I was wrong on my wife's eyes and I was wrong in everyone else's eyes. When you're a foreigner, when you're a farang in Thailand and you're driving, you're taking your life in your hands. The reason I say that is because I've had so many near misses since then and before then. And those near misses could have cost someone their life. And it's all about motorcyclists. If you injure a Thai on the road and if you're in charge of a vehicle, your life will change dramatically. That could have been the end. If she had been seriously injured, that could have been the end. I would have to pay hundreds of thousands of baht for her medical expenses. You know, I'm not exaggerating. It could have been. And where would I get that? And how would I maintain my future existence in Thailand as a result of that? Taken to the roads in Thailand in general, specifically in my case Bangkok, is absolutely crazy. I do it because it's a means to an end. You don't have to do anything, but I need to drive in Bangkok because my lifestyle lends itself to that. I'm looking at some motorcycles here because I just want to get an idea what the prices are, just to give you a heads up. I'd say they're about 30 grand each. That's about $1,000. I'm not sure. So they got any Thailand got 49,000. Hello. 49,000 and any Thailand. 70,000. Jedmoon. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Jedmoon. Okay, they're not as cheap as I thought. So they're not as cheap as I thought. 70,000 for the ones over there, and the ones here, 40,000. 40,000. What is it? Give or take $1,000 plus. 70,000 is well over $2,000. So they're not as cheap. But you see, what the Thais do? They buy their motorcycles second hand. Loads of them buy their motorcycles second hand for little or nothing. And then they get them on credit as well. The ones who buy them get them on credit. I've seen so many of them stopped by the law for not having insurance, not wearing helmets and all the rest of it, but it's only a drop in the ocean. I heard one police officer say he didn't say it to me, I just heard him say it on social media when he was asked. Some YouTuber interviewed a police officer here a long time ago and said, you know, why do so many people in Thailand flaunt the laws and don't wear helmets and have 5 people on a motorcycle and have no insurance? And he said, if we were to stop everybody, there'd be nobody on the road. And on another note, Thais do everything on credit. Well, not all of them, but I'm saying general. I mean, what other country is any different, I suppose? But I'm talking about Thailand because I'm here. But when your man quoted me, Simon Gao, that's 41,000 baht, and then Jed Mungao is 71,000 baht for a motorcycle. That's out of reach for most Thais. If you consider a construction worker here earns 500 baht a day, that means the basic salary, basic wage, that's what, $12 a day. So if he's earning 500 baht a day, he's on 10,000 baht a month, give or take. And if he's on 10,000 baht a month, where's he going to get the money? Or how long is it going to take him to get the money to save up for a motorcycle? What they do is, number one, they buy them second hand. Number two, they buy them on credit. And it's a very, I would say, this is my opinion. It's not a fact. I'm just saying it's my opinion. It's based on my experience. The Thais seem to me to have an irresponsible attitude towards spending. They want it, they see it, they want it, they buy it. As my father used to say, you can't see the sea, but you have to have a piss. We're going to cover a lot more on this video, but that's just the start. I hope to be able to prove, as I said earlier on, I hope to be able to give you the proof. Sorry, do you speak English? I just make a video about road safety in Thailand. I just asked people. So I just want to ask you, do you think Thailand roads are safe? People drive okay, yeah?
Yes.
You think so, yeah?
Yes.
Do you have a motorcycle or a car?
Yes.
You drive a motorcycle?
Yes.
And do you wear a helmet or not? No?
No.
And why do you think Thai people don't wear helmets? Okay.
I think safe.
Yeah. So there's an example of a Thai person's attitude to road safety. Do you wear a helmet? No. Do you think it's safe? Yes. I just don't. It's a different mindset, lads. It's a completely different mindset. Well, you join me a bit later. Just prove my point. That motorcyclist in front of me is on the phone. Look, he's on the phone as he's meandering. And you're wondering why is he wearing a jacket? It's 32 degrees Celsius. They wear those jackets because of the fact that they don't want to get darker. You can see what I mean here on my right side is just motorcycles. And that woman is taking a motorcycle taxi. He's no helmet and she's no helmet. And she's on the phone, of course, not holding on. So this is what I mean. This is me on the school run. And I wanted to show you, this is what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to put, as I said earlier, put my money where my mouth is, to prove the point that motorcyclists here do exactly as they please. And as they're doing what they please, if they go against the rules and they cause an accident and you're involved in that accident, it's your fault. This is a junction where it's a complete free-for-all. Motorcyclists just come in. Look at this. Just do what they want. Look, school kids. Well, that's not a school kid. 3 of them on one motorcycle, and I got the chance and I made it. But there they are in front of me. Look, you can see it there. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the road as I'm talking to you. But there's 3 people on that motorcycle right directly in front. He just stops there, of course. Yeah, off you go. There you go. No helmets. You see, I'm not trying to be negative about Thailand. Part of the charm of Thailand is what we're witnessing now. This is part of the charm of it, and this is one of the reasons we enjoy it. But the flip side of it is, because I'm a road user, I'm a motorist in Thailand, I run the risk of being involved in a road traffic accident in a country that has one of the highest rates of road fatalities in the world. And that's something to bear in mind. And it doesn't look too bad now as I'm talking to you now, but wait, we're on the return leg on the way back. You'll see exactly what I mean. Motorcyclists are the bane of my life, the absolute bane of my life. And the state of the roads, you can see it there. Taking a left, and of course the guys coming on, look, they just come. I've got the right of way, I'm turning left, I'm on the near side, they must make way for me. But that guy in the Croatian football shirt, I think it's Croatian, on that motorcycle, he's definitely not Croatian, that's for sure. He decided that he had the right of way. Right of way in Thailand doesn't exist. I'm gonna let him go, this motorcycle taxi guy, watch. Doesn't expect it, but doesn't say thanks. There you go, probably give me a nod. That's unusual. Chaos. Look, chaos. Fuck it. Why not? Now, what's he trying to do? What in the name of God is he trying to do? Look at that. And that's where he's stopping. Look, just block the entire lane. Block the entire lane. That's exactly what you should do. Well done. Bloody hell. Incredible. This is what you got to put up with. This is what I'm talking about. A right hammer here. I hope you're enjoying this, lads. I really do. It's the first time I've
done anything like this on a video where I've had two cameras where you can see what you can see, what I can see as I'm going along. You get my perspective of things. And why do Thais always cycle their bicycles with the saddle on the lowest setting? Yes, I know they're short, but their legs don't get the full extension, therefore it acts like a piston. If the piston doesn't go to the full extent, you don't get as much power, and they don't seem to know that. Am I being overcritical? I'm only asking a question. I'm not criticising. Look at these idiots. Look. Idiots. Oh, god damn. You see, this is my life. This is what I do. This is what I do on a daily basis. These are the frustrations, and you haven't seen the half of it. You have not seen the half of it. Look, he's on the wrong side of the road. He's overtaken though, but there isn't enough room to overtake. I've got to pull right in here, and there's no warning signs for the speed bumps or the speed ramps, whatever you want to call them. And they park where they want to park. You can see this white BMW ahead, just parked there, so there's only enough room for one car to get by. He goes first, even though the obstruction's on his side of the road. I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, if the obstruction's on your side of the road, you give way to the oncoming traffic. But that doesn't work here. It doesn't exist. You see, the obstruction's on my side. The two motorcycles are there, so I give way to him. And look at this. Look at this. God, Jesus. And there's fellas behind me, you can't see them. You can probably see them in the back window, I don't know. I can tell they're getting frustrated with me because I'm giving way to oncoming traffic. That's not something Thais do. So now we're coming out onto a main road, and you'll probably see a little bit more of what I'm talking about, if they'll ever let you out, which they never do. There we go. Okay, we're out. Sorry about the noise of the air conditioner. I just turned it down there. You have to have the air conditioning on. It's just the way it is. It's 32 degrees, but I turned it down there for the moment so it wouldn't interfere with your enjoyment. There's a brush salesman. Look, some parts of Thailand, it's like going back 50 or 60 years, you know. Broom salesman, you know. Where would you get it? More kids and motorcycles there. Hit one of them, you'll know all about it. Or if they hit you, you'll still know all about it. They like their Mini Coopers, lads. A lot of wannabes in Thailand. Okay, we're coming up to the school. I'm gonna suspend activities for the moment, and you can join me again when we're on the return leg. Look, he's on the wrong side of the road. Look, the motorcycle taxi guy, there he is. Wrong side of the road. Sure, why not? Why not? If you can go on the wrong side of the road, sure, why not? Okay, now have a look at this. The broom salesman is in front of me, doing his thing, and the grab guy didn't go. I thought he was only going in front of me. So now we're stuck behind the broom salesman. Harry, don't act the maggot, please. That's Harry. You know, if you're used to the channel, you'll know Harry. Harry, come on, I'll get done for having kids on the video.
This is my rum.
Harry, please. Now I'm stuck behind him. He's taking it as his own pace, as he's shouting about his wares.
Daddy,
hang on.
Daddy, how do you do this and that at the same time?
I'll show you when we get home. Harry's asked me how do I operate the two cameras at the same time. I'll show you when we get home.
How do you connect them?
I'll show you when we get home. I'll show you. It's magic. Daddy does magic. So another thing about Thais, they have no road sense. Walking with your back to the traffic. There's no sidewalks, look. No sidewalks, of course. And of course your man is meandering. The guy in the Hawaiian shirt there is meandering. Look. Travelling at 20 kilometers, less than 20 kilometers an hour. He's obviously looking for something, but he's deciding what speed everyone else goes at. Look at this. Just, oh God. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Anyway, we're coming up to the junction here. Yeah, he just pulls in. Look, wrong side of the road. Look, there you go. Off you go. You hit him, and then you're in trouble. Here's the junction from hell. Look, cuts over onto my lane to make the turn. They all do it. They all do it. Harry, stop saying that. Please, if you, here they are. They're on the wrong side of the road. Look, wrong side of the road. That's the way they do it. And this is not even a bad day. This guy, this is playing chicken now. He's dead ahead. Look, dead ahead. Wrong side of the road. I'm not going to move. He's going to move out there. That's it. I don't give way to them. I don't let them have their way. Look.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Because a car can run over a freaking motorcycle.
Yeah, but there you go, her.
Crush the car.
But this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. The road, this road isn't in the best of condition, and those motorcyclists will just do exactly what they want to do. So if you're wondering where we are, this stretch of the road is Rashida 18. Soy Sitbad Rashida 18. And at this time of the day, it's usually a lot busier than this. So Bangkok traffic, you can never tell. You can never tell. Monday could be hell. Tuesday all right. Wednesday could be all right. Thursday could be hell. You can never. I don't know.
Thursday is just hell.
Is it really, Harry? Harry says Thursday's hell. I don't think he's talking about the traffic. Okay, come on out onto the main Rashid Afzik Road, a major artery here in Bangkok.
I'm not talking about the traffic.
Okay, here we go. And you can see what you have to contend with. So I'm looking right, and I've got to check my mirror to see if there's anyone coming up on my inside. A many motorcycle, just in case they do that, I'd clip on, I'd be in trouble.
2 days.
Here we go.
2 days from yesterday, there was food trucks. Like
Food trucks, yeah. There's food trucks.
And today again, food trucks.
There are food trucks in the condo. There's food trucks in the condo. Lads.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Harry.
Food trucks.
Every day we do this.
3 times.
It's the third day, the third time they've been there.
Yeah, the third time they've been here.
Harry, by the way, has 2 passports. How many passports have you got?
2.
What passports have you got? Irish and Thai. There you go. Okay, so this is the U-turn onto coming up at the major junction here, which cuts across Prachasan Crow, cuts across the Rashid Afzik Road. And of course, you cannot avoid motorcyclists, and they're the root of all evil, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to driving in Bangkok.
Yeah, because motorcycles are evil.
There you go.
But if my dad,
I didn't tell him to say that.
If my dad drives a motorcycle, alright.
Rides a motorcycle, Harry. Rides. Okay. Make the U-turn here.
For me and my eyesight.
So this has been a very pedestrian almost journey. I thought it would be a lot more hectic, but it hasn't been that bad at all. So this portion of the video was just to demonstrate what I've been talking about, what I was talking about in the earlier part of the video. I'll see you in a minute.
Well, guys, it's some time later, and I'm back in the safety of the sanatorium. That's what I call this place. It is a bloody sanatorium. Well, that's what it feels like. You can't eat by the pool. I know I'm getting off the subject here. You can't eat or drink by the pool, and you can't make noise. Well, you can't make noise at all, really. I'm actually breaking the rules at the moment by speaking at the tone I'm speaking at. Listen, this video is meant to be informative. It's not a critique. It's an observation. It's a shared observation of the frustrations that you might encounter if you decide to take to the roads in Thailand. Someone once said to me, a Thai friend of mine, a long time ago, he said that Thai motorists and motorcyclists are skilled. And I suppose he was right, because you have to be very skilled to keep yourself together on these roads. They do it their own way, and that's the magic of this country. And you know, the carnage that I mentioned earlier on, Thailand has, I think it's around about the 2nd highest rate of road fatalities per capita anywhere in the world. And I'm not making light of that. In fact, you can tell by what we spoke about and what I showed you in this video that I'm not making light of that. The Thais' attitude to road safety is not the same as your attitude to road safety. But I hope your attitude towards this channel has been enlightened by this video. And with that, I'll just finish off by saying and reiterating, it's not a critique. I'm not being negative. I'm showing you, and I'm giving you the opportunity to observe what it's really like, the real deal. I don't walk around Pattaya and I don't walk around Sukhumvit going on about what's going on there. I bring you the real deal from the real Thailand. And guys, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure, if you haven't done so already, click that like button, the share button, subscribe button. Do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me.